Well, Jeremy Hansen here from Fox Valley Tech with another segment of Life on the Farm. And there's been a lot of webinars lately on feeding heifers. I want to talk a little bit about that today. So with me is Mike Bees from Quality Animal Care. Mike, thanks for letting me follow you around. This is one of your regular herd checks or stops on a farm, correct?
Yes, it is. Yep, I come here every other week.
Well, Mike, there's been a lot of conversation about getting our heifers up to proper body condition by breeding age for the benefit of the dairy herd. And, you know, using some of our cover crop forages and some of our grass forages is a key to that. What do you do when you look at feeding your heifers?
So typically with a herd of heifers like this size of body weight, we'd like to feed about half corn silage and half cover crop like oatlage. And on this farm it's triticale. And that gets at 14 or 15 months of age, they're the right height, length, and body weight so that we can get them bred on the first or second service and get them to calve at about 24 months. And we know that if a first calf heifer calves at 24 months, she's in her best position to give a real good amount of milk on her first lactation. She'll be much better or more apt, I should say, she'll be more apt to breed back on that first lactation, and we can keep her in the herd longer if she comes in at the right size with that first calf.
Right. And Mike, being at the proper body condition for breeding and calving also relates to the health of the animal going forward, correct?
Oh, it certainly does. If a heifer calves in the right condition, she's much less apt to have troubles with that first calf at calving, and she'll stay in the herd a lot longer, obviously, giving the farmer a lower cull rate, and then in turn he won't need as many heifers to grow to replace his cattle. So it is very important to get these heifers off to a good start.
Right, and economically it costs money to feed the heifers every single day.
It sure does. You don't want to raise any more heifers than you need, and you want to keep everything that you're growing to come in just right.
So Mike, what numbers are you looking for nutritionally when you're feeding the heifers?
Well, a larger heifer only needs about 12.5% protein, but heifers this size, they're about a year old, they'd be about 14%. So as the heifer gets bigger, we can lower that percent protein in the ration. We got to keep the energy not too high, not too low. I like to run the fibers 40 to 48% NDF. Obviously, on a day like today, they do need a little more energy just for maintenance because it is cold.
Right. And, you know, driving by in the fall of the year, you know, a lot of these fields around us were green with our cover crops. This is a very wise use of that forage to feed our heifers.
It sure is, because it'll be the first crop to green up in April, and we can take that oatlage or winter wheat, we can take that the third week in May. We can get a real nice crop off of that, and we can turn around and plant either corn or beans or whatever they plan on doing.
Right. So you do the ration for the dairy herd, of course, and you have a nice ration sheet. Same procedure with the heifers?
Yes, it is. It's very important to keep the energy in balance, and like I said, that protein is real important in getting the right structural size for the heifer.
Right. So Mike, thank you so much for your time today, letting me follow you around and in this lovely weather we're having this winter. And thank you so much.
You bet. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
For Life on the Farm, I'm Jeremy Hansen.